Hello, my name is Kim Billington, and this time last year in the series of lockdowns we had in Melbourne, 2020, I wrote and had published this book, A Counselor's Companion, which went on to become an Amazon #1 bestseller. So thank you everyone for your support. It's now an ebook as well. And even as I was coming to the end of writing that book, I realised that that book's about working with children and young people and parents and teachers, but actually a lot of my work has been working with adults in different workplaces, family violence, as a counselling carers, crisis support work, phone counselling, etc. So I decided I would reach out to my colleagues who I've worked with over the years and see if they'd be willing to be interviewed by me about their work with adult clients. And although this is what we call a mock-up of the book, this is what the book is going to look like. And it will be published in November, December this year, 2021. So I've got a different illustrator. This lovely picture on the front is by Chris Monroe. He's a local where I live, so that's been wonderful. In lockdown, we can exchange drawings and conversations. And the book is a compilation of interviews, as well as a chapter about the 4 cornerstones of counselling as I see it, which includes the profession, the counsellor, the client, and then ethical issues. So that's one of the chapters which isn't an interview. But the rest of the chapters are all interviews with clinicians that I've known and I esteem, psychologists, counsellors, and the topics include working with indigenous families and family violence through the lens of trauma, the rainbow connection, so working with the rainbow community, a lovely chapter about working with complex trauma, and one of the chapters is an interview with someone that works with the circle of security. So that's working with parents with children, all around attachment. It's a very beautiful tool to have. And one of the interviews is with a person who is now a counsellor in a small country school, a secondary college, and how they're not just providing counselling for young people. It's a whole community support. So that's a really interesting chapter as well. A lot of people aspire to work in schools as a counsellor, so that'd be a great chapter if that's something you're interested in. There's another interview by me. So someone interviewed me about hearing the voice of the child. So again, that's working with parents. How do we do this work with parents if it happens that we are given a client that's a child to work with? Really, my thoughts are we must find a way to work with the parents, and then how do we do that work? So that's what that chapter is. And there's also a chapter about one of the clinicians who is a counsellor in art therapy. So there's quite a broad spectrum of work and theoretical models. So yes, I'm really looking forward to end of November when Counselling Conversations, 10 powerful interviews with seasoned experts will be released. Hopefully we'll get a book launch. We were very lucky with the first book. Tamar Dolev, my artist, and I were very blessed. In between lockdowns, we had a wonderful book launch at Readings in St Kilda. So I'm hoping that we'll get a chance in early December to have a book launch for my new book. And I'll put in the details below how you can pre-order and get them in time for Christmas. Thank you. And thanks for all your support. Those of you that have reached out, bought a book of my A Counselor's Companion, or jumped on board for some supervision. I do supervision and individually and group work. So thank you, everyone.